So what happens if somebody who's a believer in Christ from the nations sins or errors? Let's see what Paul says. Romans chapter 5, where sin increases, grace super exceeds. So for a believer, no amount of sin can exceed the amount of grace that Christ provided for us with his sacrifice. Now, does that mean we should be sinning to get more grace or continue sinning? No. Paul directly explains that in the next couple verses. Should we be persisting in sin that grace should be increasing? May not be coming to that. How can you still be living in sin if we died to it? So Paul makes it clear that grace will always exceed the sin for believers, but that doesn't give you a license to sin. You shouldn't be living in the sin. You should be focusing on Christ and showing the fruits of that faith. Is it required? No. We've already seen that. But it's encouraged, and he encourages that all throughout his scriptures. And for people who are believers but refuse to change their behavior, go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5. This man someone has his father's wife, he's having sex with his father's wife, he advises to give up such a one to Satan for the extermination of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved. So Paul says, get this person out, still a believer, but get them out of the church. We don't want them around, and they'll have to figure out lessons on their own. So grace always exceeds sin. No amount of sin can exceed the grace Christ provided.